Hey folks, the Turbine guy back, and I'm here to talk to you today about Orono Mayor Dennis Walsh and what I perceive to be an extremely huge lack of ethical capability by the man. And before I start any of this, I have been told that Mr. Walsh thought he was too good to attend the ethics training offered to newly elected officials when he became city council person. So he passed up on his opportunity to learn why what happened here is such a gross ethics violation, and goes to show what a huge conflict of interest this man has, who's mayor of Orono and who continually sits in on judgment on what to do with the lawsuits against Go Green Energy, my wife, and myself. Now, let's start this out with, we all know I have a company called Go Green Energy LLC, and we will see it on the paper, and I formed that company in 2009 in Florida, and later in 2009 in June I brought Go Green Energy LLC up to Minnesota to operate as a foreign corporation. So I've been in business for, well, 10 years now, and that's my business. Now, something about Mr. Walsh is he has admitted before that he does have a conflict of interest with us back in 2015, yet ever since this one meeting and the meeting after, he continues to vote and push and vote against us and try to get us. So it's quite interesting that he admitted this. Now you can see on the thing for the Orono City Council minutes of August 10th, 2015, where Walsh stated, in the interest of fairness, he will abstain from this vote just because it is the best thing to do given all the issues in the neighborhood. So back in 2015 on August 10, Mr. Walsh, Mayor Walsh himself admitted he had a conflict of interest with the Nygaards. Now we move forward to, so here, I brought this so we can connect the dots. So now Walsh has the conflict right there. But now what are we looking at next? We're looking at 6/14/16. And what does Mr. Walsh do himself? Well, as you can see online, Secretary of State Dennis Walsh files a company called Go Green Energy LLC Corporation. Go Green Energy LLC Corporation, which is a direct knockoff of my company we saw, Go Green Energy LLC. Right there is a huge ethics issue, as well as it creates another conflict of interest for Mr. Walsh. So we have Go Green Energy LLC Corporation, June 6th, formed by Mayor Walsh. Okay, well, I didn't know about it back then. It took me a while to find out, and we'll see what happened when I did. But after that, shortly after, beginning of the next year, his friends from right next door, Lanford Rogers, sue Go Green Energy LLC. Now, their lawyer admitted in the lawsuit the only reason he threw it in was just in case. He admitted they really have no evidence. So now we've got Walsh filing Go Green Energy LLC Corporation after a conflict, and his good buddies who have supported him during the election publicly sued Go Green Energy LLC. They sued the city of Orono too at the same time. And the interesting thing about that is what's going to end up happening at the end. I think they completed their goal, at least from what I can see in my opinion. So we got Walsh forming Go Green Energy LLC, and then we got his name and address on it. Now, I do want to be sure that we all understand. When Walsh did this, Walsh was on the city council. Walsh was on the city council when he formed a mimic of my company. Crazy, huh, folks? I think you maybe should have attended that ethics training. Okay, now what we got coming up next, after his buddy sued us, we can see 27 CV 177166, which is the same lawsuit these people filed, Orono sues Go Green Energy LLC as a cross-claimant. So now we've got both these people and Orono, who Walsh is mayor of Orono, okay, both coming at us, not just us, both going after Go Green Energy LLC because what Walsh filed. And that's this time right here, June. Now, somewhere around December of 2017, early, I found it. I found Go Green Energy LLC Corporation. I uncovered it, and we sent a letter to their lawyer. And you can see in the letter where their lawyer this is Dennis Walsh's lawyer, Lynn Jensen Sullivan, Eric Steinhoff, admitted that Go Green Energy LLC Corporation was dissolved January of 2018. And the only reason it was dissolved was because I found it and brought it to their attention and threatened to sue them. That's the only reason. Now, in July 31st of 18, Dennis Walsh underwent a deposition. And during that deposition, he was asked about Go Green Energy. And I'll tell you, I've never seen anyone not answer a question more than him. When I was there, that's what I saw. But what we were able to get him to say, and you can see this, read right along. Now this is Dennis Walsh, Mayor Walsh, testifying to this. Go Green Energy business, if we were, okay, up above it, they're asking about Go Green Energy. He says, the Go Green Energy business, if we were going to do them, it would have been that entity. I thought you told me you did not create an entity called Go Green Energy. Well, I filed a name, he said. He admits it in here elsewhere, but Walsh admits that he did this, and he also admits that he did it to compete with Go Green Energy LLC in the green energy business. And that's what this shows you right here. And what's the ultimate outcome out of all this? Because they sued Go Green Energy, and Walsh had a counterclaim through Orono against Go Green Energy. Go Green Energy now has a judgment against it from the city of Orono. So Mayor Walsh, in my mind, accomplished his goal of trying to run my company out of town, trying to degrade the reputation of my company, and potentially take over, once he ran me out, to take over my business and succeed where I'm trying to. You got the judge to give Go Green Energy a judgment against it, which we all know when people do a search, that doesn't look good for you. So anyways, one more time quick. I filed. Walsh recused himself because he knew he had conflict, but since that time he's operated and participated. While he was on the city council, he filed Go Green Energy LLC Corporation. Then his buddies Lanford Rogers sued the city of Orono to sue us. Mayor Walsh, instead of getting it dismissed, gets them to sue us and ends up with a judgment against us. In between, I discovered the corporation, forced him into dissolving it, and he admitted it was made to be in competition with my company. Well, there you go, folks. And this is just a small sliver of what you're going to see when I do the entire Dennis Walsh, Mayor Walsh, behavior pattern that I've been able to document since he got his DUI in 2001 or 2, something like that. Anyways, this is a Turbine guy saying, come back next time and see a whole lot more of this convoluted mess.